We like to think that we have a risk culture here. We're really thinking about risk at every level, so everyone on the team plays a part in helping us manage risk.
The way I think about risk management in terms of how it starts is really with the idea generation process, right? Making sure that if I'm about to put something in the portfolio, that I'm analyzing all the potential scenarios and making sure that the risk reward is attractive and warranted in the portfolio.
We work hard to make sure we're not taking unintended bets. We use our portfolio management system to monitor risk across the portfolios. We can have a very nuanced view on what's happening in an economy and the various ways to get exposure to a country.
We're trying not to make a bet on the market. We're trying to make a bet on companies and company fundamentals. We want to have investments that are at different areas of the risk spectrums. And so we don't want too high of a concentration in one area of the market.
We also think about portfolio fit. What does a new position add to the existing portfolio? We think about the Sharpe ratio of an individual investment. So how much return do we expect to receive per unit of risk that we're taking on a standalone basis? Is it a duplication of some risk that's already in the portfolio in some other form? We think about downside scenarios. We think of really negative scenarios, like, how much money can we lose in a particular investment? I always like to tell the team not to suffer from a lack of imagination as to what can go wrong.
We stress test the portfolio. We'll test it against a given movement in the S&P or US interest rates, but also EM credit spreads or EMFX.
We use the analytics to make sure that we don't have any risks that we're not aware of. And we try and look for positions where the risk is skewed very much in our favor.
We think it's really important to have individual accountability. It's important to let the person that's closest to the research process and the analytical work take the decision of when to put the idea in the portfolio, how to size it, and when to take it off. And it's a core tenet of the philosophy that we be held individually accountable.
And it's incumbent upon me to make sure that the portfolio is, diversified and balanced across the individuals that are contributing to that. If there is a sort of universal approach to thinking about risk and helping manage risk, there's, I think, one really important underlining point, which is we should be mindful of all the risks that we're taking in the portfolio and trying to make sure that we're getting adequate compensation for them.